Hey, what's up, GP fam? It's Gary from GP Performance and Tuning, and today we are finally trying to wrap up this 2016 Kawasaki ZX-14R. Now, this bike came from us by a customer that was out riding, and unfortunately, he ended up spinning a bearing on the bike and pretty much toasting the bottom end of the bike. He brought it to us. We were able to go ahead and figure out a game plan. And we actually worked with Carpenter Racing out of New Jersey to figure out what we wanted to do with this bike. Now, we completely went ahead and when he brought us the bike, we dropped the engine, we palletized it, we sent it off to Carpenter Racing. They did their thing with the engine. I won't go into the specifics of what the engine has because that's pretty much between Carpenter Racing, us here at GP Performance Tuning, and the customer. So we're going to go ahead and keep this build confidential and secret. But I can tell you this, that the bike definitely has some work into it, definitely has some money into it, and is definitely putting some really, really good numbers down for a 2016 ZX-14R, okay? Now, pretty much like I said, he brought us the bike, we went ahead, we dropped the engine, we palletized it, we shipped it off to Carpenter Racing. They did their thing. Once they were done with their thing, they went ahead and sent it back to us, and we went ahead and installed the engine, make sure it was running right, all that good stuff, and then now we're finally here at the tuning stage. So we begin to start tuning this bike, and we right away noticed there was a couple problems, not with the engine work or anything like that, but what is happening is that the bike is slipping in the clutch, okay? It's having clutch slip. But that's all right. We're gonna go ahead and order some springs for it, and get some heavier duty springs from Brock's Performance, and then go ahead and install them on this bike. So that will probably be for another video later on the line. But at the moment, I kind of want to talk to you guys about the numbers that the bike was putting down on Dyno before like the clutch really started giving us a hard time trying to keep it consistent. Again, this is a built engine, so there was a good chance that the clutch springs were going to be able to hold, but there's also a good chance that the clutch springs were not going to be able to hold. And unfortunately, we came up to the part where they were not able to hold the type of power that this engine was putting down to the dyno, okay? But that's all right. A little bit of time it's going to take for us to get the springs in and go ahead and install them and get this bike running back to its full potential and holding the power that it should be holding, okay? But again, I was going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the dyno numbers, all right? So again, the bike is slipping, but even with it slipping, it's still making good power, okay? Now I got, again, the customer brought us this bike, okay, because he spun a rod bearing. So we were never able to take the bike and put it onto the dyno and run it because it was already toasted. It was gone. The engine was no good. So we didn't want to cause any more damage. We just went ahead and just started pulling the engine apart and sending it off, okay? So we don't have base numbers for this particular ZX-14, but we do have base numbers for other ZX-14s that we have tuned here, okay? We have base numbers from stock to when we fully tuned it to where the bike is at now, where this one's at now, okay? And that's what I have here on the charts right now. So come on in, let's go ahead and take a look at it, and hopefully I can explain it where you guys can all understand it, okay? So the red line, let's get rid of this so you guys can see that better. The red line is what a ZX-14 stock makes here at our shop. The blue line is an average. Now, this is not the peak that we've ever been able to pull on a bike, but this is an average 203 to 205. I feel like it's a pretty good average to compare it to. And then this bike at the moment, even with the clutch slipping, it was still able to put down 224.5 horses to the dyno, okay? So very, very respectable numbers. Again, here's the red, that's your stock. Blue is tuned, okay, with our tune by GB Performance. And then the green is what this bike is doing, okay? So let's look over here at the peak, right? So here at the peak, stock's making 196, okay? The tuned stock ZX-14 is making 201, and this one's making 224.3, all right? Now, on the on the built, the green one, the built ZX-14, which is this one here, you can see that we have this dip right here, okay? This dip, okay, is the clutch springs not being able to hold the clutch, and this is clutch slippage. Okay, so it kind of bites a little bit here, then it slips again, and then at the very top it kind of holds off. But there's no real way to really absolutely know if the clutch is still holding up here. I think it is holding, but it's like barely holding the power. Okay, but it could be lightly slipping, and we just won't hear that or won't see that on the dyno. Okay, but I mean, this bike is making so much more than what a stock ZX10 tuned will make. You know, so once we go ahead and we install those springs, this should come back up, and this should be a nice straight line all the way up to the top over here, and hopefully we end up squeezing a couple more horses up top, because again, there's a good chance that this might be slipping at on the higher RPM. You know what I mean? So really good numbers. Again, down here, let's get rid of the torque for now. Let's just show horsepower numbers. Again, up here, you know, when you have a built engine, you don't always see gains down here at the bottom. Not all the time. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Fortunately for us, we did see some gains down here. So a tuned ZX14 is only making about 8. Let's pick 5,000 RPM. It's just better. A tuned ZX14 is making 93.4, and this one's making 98.5. So it's definitely gaining some up there. Now over here, you can see that they pretty much went head to head. You know, which you might have that. I mean, that could be, you know, velocity stacks holding the engine back. It could be other things. You know what I mean? And like again, this bike needs clutch springs, so maybe when we install the clutch springs, we'll kind of get some more horsepower here and increase the power again. Now here on 7,000 RPM, let's see if I can get the cursor right there. We went from 152 from a stock tuned ZX14 to 163.9, which is that's 11 horsepower right there. Even for 11 horsepower. That's ridiculous right there in that range, and it's gonna gain more. Like I said, this is when the clutch starts to slip and we start losing power right here. So this gap is gonna continue. This gap's gonna just get bigger between the tuned ZX14 and the built ZX14. So we're just gonna keep on making power all the way up to the top end. But you know, the bike did amazing, and I'm very happy with the way she came out. Now quickly, I kind of didn't talk about torque numbers, so let's go ahead and let's pull up torque numbers. Pull it up. Torque. All right, so this is the torque graph. Okay, now a stock ZX14 is making about 116.4. A tuned ZX14 is making about 120. And then this built one at the moment is making 123.8. Okay. Now again, this is not the full story. There's a good possibility that this ZX14 could be making more torque. The only problem is that once that torque starts to come in, the clutch is slipping. So I expect that number to go up some more, and it's gonna make way more power, make way more foot-pounds of torque than what it's making at the moment. Again, you can see at the peak, right where it's lit up, it's peaking out right here. But this is where we start seeing that clutch slippage. So could this continue to go up and then come down? We don't know. It's a possibility it can. There's a possibility that it won't. You know, we just don't know until we get the clutch springs installed onto this bike. Okay, so that's our next step. We already ordered the clutch springs. Unfortunately, it's like 3 or 4 days away from New Year's, so I don't know. It's Friday, so Brock's, maybe they'll ship it out tomorrow. I doubt it. So I probably won't be seeing these clutch springs until after New Year's, which kind of sucks because I was really trying to get this bike out to this customer before New Year's. But you know, sometimes this stuff happens when you build bikes. When you take a bike completely apart and you put it back together, you know, you kind of have to work through all the little problems and the gremlins to make sure it's running right. All right. Unfortunately, I found that out the hard way. My bike was running really hard, and unfortunately something happened that took it down. I will come back, and we'll come back stronger than ever, because now on my bike I decided to make a couple changes to it make it faster. So the opportunity came up. I kind of just jumped on it, and 2024 is going to definitely be an interesting year, and I expect my bike to come out stupid hard. So keep your eyes out for that. You know, unfortunately, when you start playing these games, when you start building engines and doing things like this, unfortunately, things happen, and you just have to deal with it and just roll with the punches. Unfortunately, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm tired of rolling, but I'm going to keep on doing it because that's what I love doing. As for this bike, I don't see any other issues with this bike as of right now. I'm just going to get the clutch springs in, install them, and get this bike tuned up and rocking. Now, one thing that I'm very, very, very proud of myself for is the AFR on this tune, right? So let's go ahead and show you guys the AFR. So that's my AFRs. You can kind of see, the green one's the built one. And it's so damn good that it's right on top of the dotted line. And I'm very, very happy with that tune right now. I would like to show you guys the other stuff, but I just lost my little thingy right here to show me all the other runs. But my AFRs are looking on point, and I'm super, super happy with the way it's coming out. Let's see, where is... I always lose the little tree for the runs. But yeah, the AFRs came out super, super amazing. We still got some more tuning to do on her. I threw some timing at it, and she really, really liked it. But unfortunately, once I started throwing the timing, that's when I started noticing the clutch slip. So I had to stop tuning until we get this figured out, get this situated, get it back up and running, and then I can continue to add timing and more power to it. Okay. But as of right now, she's doing good. I think that there's a very good chance I'm going to be able to break into the 230s, but we will see. That's kind of a long ways away. It's not long. It's only 5 horsepower, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. My hope is that we get into the 230s, and I think that me and the owner will be very, very happy with those numbers. Now we are thinking about throwing around the idea of throwing some MR12 in there. Or some C85 or Ignite. I don't know. We just picked up a pail of Ignite, but we'll see what kind of fuel we want to go with, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw it in there, tune the bike on that, and see what she really, really does with a little bit of a kick from some good fuel. So other than that, she's very, very, very happy as of right now. Other than that, that one, slip up, no pun intended. But other than that slip up, but I'm very happy with her, and she's going to come out. So I'm going to do another video. Once I get the clutch springs in my hands, I'm going to make another video with me installing them, showing you guys the differences between the stock clutch spring and a Brock's Performance clutch spring. I'm going to show you guys. I'm not going to show you guys a how-to and how to do that, because then that would just put me out of work. But I'll show you guys how that looks and all that. And unfortunately, right now I don't want to do any more pulls with the bike because there's no point in it. But on the next video, we're going to go ahead and do some pulls on the ZX-14, and hopefully you guys like that one. So go ahead and please, I'm trying to grow this channel, so please go ahead, like, subscribe, share, let everybody know that we're here, and 2024, we are going to make so much noise, and I'm super excited for this coming year. This is probably the last video I'm going to make for 2023, and unfortunately, 2023 didn't go the way that I really wanted it to go. I had a lot of bad actors in my circle that just didn't help me. They kind of set me back, and unfortunately, it is what it is. That's why they say keep your circle small, which I'm doing now, keeping my circle very, very small. But 2024, I plan to make a lot of noise. I plan to go out and do more racing. I plan to go out and have more fun with all my close friends and everything, and my bike people. I know me and 650E, we're talking about doing some things here at the shop with his bikes. Nothing crazy, just like dyno stuff, showing off what his bikes can do on the dyno and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to doing something with him. And hopefully I could get some other, big names in the shop, and we could do some collabs and things like that. I know for 2024, I really want to start working on some sponsorships with a couple people. I have a couple people in mind, a couple a couple companies in mind that I want to start really working hand in hand with. So I'm really praying that I could be able to like work out those deals and get some things rolling with those guys. So I got that going on. Our showroom, which let me show you guys real quick. It's nothing crazy, but it's in the works. So right now we just got a couple of the bikes sitting in here at the moment, but we've kind of got our table going now and our display of our helmets and gear. Yes, guys, we do carry helmets and gear. All right, a lot of people don't know that, but we do carry helmets and gear. We have a really good lineup of HJC helmets. We also carry Shoei, which I plan to get some more of those stuff in here in the summer. And we also got these beautiful Cortec jackets. We got like this mesh style, and then we have these full leather style jackets in stock. So if you guys need helmets, gloves, you know, these are some of the gloves that we carry now. You know what I mean? So we do have some of that stuff, and then also I want to start carrying more parts in stock for you guys, so that you guys don't have to wait to order stuff from Brock's Performance or anywhere else. You guys can just come here at JP Performance and Tuning and get it in your hands today. For example, this is a air filter for a ZX636 or ZX6R. All right. You know, brand new, wrapped up in the package, still to go. So if you guys need an air filter for a ZX6R, I have one here to go. So again, this space has been one of those things it's been one of those projects that I've been just working on little by little, and I just haven't really been able to kind of sink my teeth into it as much as I really want to. But it is coming around, and I really want to make this spot the place where everybody can come and get their parts, get their work done and everything here at GP Performance and Tuning. So little by little I am growing, and I'm very excited for that. I also got the S1000 for sale. If anybody's looking for a bike this summer, this beauty's here. She's ready to go. So you know, I am selling it. So again, guys, come on, somebody come pick up this beautiful bike. If I don't sell it, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't really want to keep it because I have other plans. She's dirty right now, but I have other plans and other bikes that I wanna work on. Like I wanna do. Well, I'm not gonna say it yet because we have to just see if it happens. But I got other projects that I want to get into. So I don't. This bike doesn't really fit that project vision that I have. So I just kind of want to get rid of it. So if you guys are interested, give me a call, and I can get you guys in here to check it out and all that stuff. And I don't know, I might throw in a couple free things with the bike. You know, I know that it needs a full exhaust system, so I might work something out with the customer saying, hey, you pick up the bike, I'll install the exhaust system for you for free once you go ahead and order one or something like that. So, you know, I take care of these bikes. These bikes is actually really, really, really well taken care of. So she's fast too. So again, somebody come pick up this bike. It's 2016 S1000R, and she's ready to go. Unfortunately, the ZX10R is here, but we're not gonna get too much into that. So, but yeah, guys. Anyways, again, I want to give a shout out to everybody that was able to support me in 2023. Again, 2023 for me was like a lot of ups and downs. I ended up finding out that some people that I had here around my circle were kind of like doing me wrong, and unfortunately things happen like that, and you just got to kick them out and start all over again. That's 2024 for me. I'm going to start all over again and hit the streets hard. Like I said, I have a really, really good tight circle with me now. I got a couple people that are my right-hand man. My dude Lewis who's actually holding the camera. That guy right there, it's freaking 10:30. He's here at the shop with me working, you know. So again, really close friends for 2024, and hopefully a lot of racing, a lot of tuning, and a lot of working on bikes and just growing the GP brand as a whole. So little by little, steps by steps, we're gonna get there. I really do appreciate it, and I just hope that you guys continue to follow me and to me growing into something even bigger and better. So again, thank you everyone. Again, share, like, all that cool stuff, and I'll see you guys in 2024. Peace out, GP fam.